Hi everyone. Welcome back to FitFusion, Empowering Wellness. Today, we will be looking at a topic that impacts everyone's health: vitamins and minerals. These tiny but mighty nutrients play a massive role in our health and well-being. So let us get started. We will begin with fat-soluble vitamins, starting with vitamin A. Functions: essential for good vision, immune system, reproduction, and proper functioning of the heart, lungs, and kidneys. Signs of deficiency: night blindness, dry skin, poor wound healing, and decreased resistance to infections. Food source: beef liver, fish oils, green leafy vegetables, orange and yellow vegetables, tomato products, fruits, dairy products, and fortified cereals. Vitamin D. Functions: helps absorb calcium and phosphate, crucial for bone and teeth health, supports immune system and muscle function. Signs of deficiency: rickets in children, osteomalacia and osteoporosis in adults, muscle weakness, pain and fatigue. Let's simplify these terms. Rickets is a childhood disease where children's bones are too soft, causing their bones to warp, bend, and break more easily. Osteomalacia describes a disorder of bone softening in adults. Osteoporosis is a bone disease that develops when bone mineral density and bone mass decreases, or when the quality or structure of bone changes. We will continue with food source. Exposure to sunlight, fortified dairy products, fish, shellfish, and egg yolk. Vitamin E. Functions: powerful antioxidant, protects body tissues from damage, supports healthy skin and immune function. Signs of deficiency: peripheral neuropathy, ataxia, skeletal myopathy, retinopathy, and impairment of the immune response. Let's simplify these terms once more. Peripheral neuropathy refers to the many conditions that involve damage to the peripheral nervous system, which is a vast communications network that sends signals between the central nervous system and all other parts of the body. Ataxia is a term for a group of disorders that affect coordination, balance, and speech. Myopathy is a general term referring to any disease that affects the muscles that control voluntary movement in the body. Patients experience muscle weakness due to a dysfunction of the muscle fibers. Retinopathy is caused by damage to the blood vessels of the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye. Food source: nuts, seeds, vegetable oils, whole grains, and green leafy vegetables. Vitamin K. Functions: vital for blood clotting and bone metabolism. Signs of deficiency: excessive bleeding due to impaired clotting and weakened bones. Food source: green leafy vegetables, vegetable oils, and some fruits, especially bananas. We are now going to examine water-soluble vitamins, starting with vitamin B1, thiamine. Functions: helps convert carbohydrates into energy, essential for heart, muscle, and nerve function. Signs of deficiency: beriberi, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, confusion, fatigue, and muscle weakness. Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome is a neurological disorder caused by the lack of thiamine, vitamin B1. Food source: whole grains, legumes, seeds, nuts, and fortified cereals. Vitamin B2, riboflavin. Functions: plays a key role in energy metabolism and the metabolism of fats, ketone bodies, carbohydrates, and proteins. Ketone bodies are produced by the liver and used peripherally as an energy source when glucose is not readily available. Signs of deficiency: araboflavinosis leading to sore throat, redness and swelling of the lining of the mouth and throat, cracks on the lips and corners of the mouth. Food source: milk, cheese, leafy green vegetables, liver, kidneys, legumes, tomatoes, yeast, mushrooms, and almonds. Vitamin B3, niacin. Functions: helps convert food into energy, essential for healthy skin, blood cells, brain, and nervous system. Signs of deficiency: pellagra, diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. Pellagra is a systemic disease caused by a severe deficiency of niacin, vitamin B3. It affects the whole body and can eventually lead to death. Food source: meat, poultry, fish, fortified cereals, legumes, peanuts, pasta, and potatoes. Vitamin B5, pantothenic acid. Functions: converts food into energy, involved in the production of hormones and cholesterol. Signs of deficiency: paresthesia, fatigue, irritability, and sleep disturbances. Paresthesia refers to a burning or prickling sensation that is usually felt in the hands, arms, legs, or feet, but can also occur in other parts of the body. The sensation, which happens without warning, is usually painless and described as tingling or numbness, skin crawling, or itching. Food source: nearly all meats and vegetables, including more specifically, chicken, beef, potatoes, oats, cereals, tomatoes, and broccoli. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine. Functions: vital for protein metabolism, supports brain and nervous system function, helps create neurotransmitters. Signs of deficiency: microcytic anemia, depression, confusion, and a weakened immune system. Microcytic anemia is due to red blood cells that are smaller than usual because they don't have enough hemoglobin. Food source: meat, poultry, fish, fruits, non-citrus, potatoes, and other starchy vegetables. Vitamin B7, biotin. Functions: helps the body convert food into energy, involved in the synthesis of fatty acids and amino acids, supports hair, skin, and nails health. Signs of deficiency: thinning of the hair, red rash around the eyes, nose, and mouth, depression, lethargy, and hallucinations. Food source: liver, meat, egg yolk, certain vegetables like sweet potatoes and spinach, nuts, and seeds. Vitamin B9, folic acid. Functions: crucial for proper brain function, mental and emotional health, involved in the production of DNA and RNA, vital during periods of high growth such as pregnancy and infancy. Signs of deficiency: folate deficiency anemia, diarrhea, loss of appetite, and weight loss, weakness, sore tongue, headaches, heart palpitations, and behavioral disorders. Food source: green leafy vegetables, legumes, seeds, liver, poultry, eggs, cereals, and citrus fruits. Vitamin B12, cobalamin. Functions: helps in the production of DNA, prevents certain types of anemia, vital for nerve tissue health and brain function. Signs of deficiency: megaloblastic anemia, fatigue, weakness, constipation, loss of appetite, weight loss, numbness and tingling in the hands and feet, balance problems, confusion, poor memory, and soreness of the mouth or tongue. Food source: meat, fish, poultry, eggs, dairy products, and fortified cereals. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Functions: powerful antioxidant, promotes healthy skin, wound healing, and immune response, and aids in the absorption of iron. Signs of deficiency: scurvy, characterized by fatigue, inflammation of the gums, joint pain, anemia, and skin hemorrhages. Food source: citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, spinach, kale, and broccoli. We just covered all the essential vitamins. Let's move on to minerals. We will examine both bulk and trace minerals. Bulk minerals starting with calcium. Functions: critical for bone and teeth health, muscle function, nerve transmission, blood clotting, and maintaining normal blood pressure. Signs of deficiency: osteoporosis, numbness and tingling in the fingers, convulsions, and abnormal heart rhythms. Food source: dairy products, leafy green vegetables, fish with edible soft bones, fortified cereals and fruit juices. Magnesium. Functions: important for bone structure, DNA and RNA synthesis, muscle contraction, nerve function, and cardiac activity. Signs of deficiency: loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, fatigue and weakness, numbness, tingling, muscle contractions and cramps, seizures, personality changes, and abnormal heart rhythms. Food source: green leafy vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Phosphorus. Functions: formation of bones and teeth, helps the body make ATP, a molecule the body uses to store energy, DNA and RNA synthesis, balancing and using vitamins such as vitamins B and D, as well as other minerals like iodine, magnesium, and zinc. Signs of deficiency: weakness, loss of appetite, anemia, susceptibility to infection, burning or prickling sensations in the skin, confusion, and possibly death. Food source: protein-rich foods, dairy, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Potassium. Functions: maintains fluid balance, nerve transmission, and muscle contraction. Signs of deficiency: fatigue, weakness, constipation, muscle cramps, and heart palpitations. Food source: bananas, oranges, cantaloupes, raisins, nuts, fish, and whole grains. Sodium. Functions: controls blood pressure and volume, necessary for muscle and nerve function. Signs of deficiency: nausea, headache, confusion, fatigue, muscle spasms, seizures, and coma. Food source: salt, processed foods, pickles, and soy sauce. We are now moving on to the trace minerals, starting with boron. Functions: affects bone health, brain function, arthritis, and possibly anti-aging processes. Signs of deficiency: changes in brain wave patterns, decreased mental alertness, poorer memory, and manual dexterity, as well as decreased bone strength. Food source: almonds, walnuts, avocados, broccoli, pears, red grapes, prunes, honey, oranges, onions, chickpeas, hazelnuts, dates, and raisins. Chromium. Functions: involved in the metabolism of glucose and is necessary for energy production. Also plays key role in the synthesis of cholesterol, fats, and proteins. Signs of deficiency: impaired glucose tolerance, which can lead to diabetes. Food source: meat, whole grain products, some fruits, vegetables, and spices. Cobalt. Functions: essential part of vitamin B12, it's needed for production of red blood cells. Signs of deficiency: linked to vitamin B12 deficiency, anemia, fatigue, weakness, numbness, and tingling in hands and feet. Food source: found in foods that are high in vitamin B12, like organ meats, shellfish, fish, eggs, and dairy products. Copper. Functions: essential for forming red blood cells, maintaining nerve cells and the immune system, and forming collagen. Signs of deficiency: anemia, low body temperature, bone fractures, osteoporosis, stunted growth in infants and children, loss of skin pigmentation, and high cholesterol levels. Food source: shellfish, whole grains, beans, nuts, potatoes, organ meats, and dark leafy greens. Iodine. Functions: crucial for thyroid function, helps in the production of thyroid hormones which regulate growth, energy production, and reproduction. Signs of deficiency: goiter, hypothyroidism, mental slowing, depression, weight gain, and low energy. Food source: seafood, iodized salt, dairy products, and some breads. Iron. Functions: vital for carrying oxygen in red blood cells, DNA synthesis, and producing energy in cells. Signs of deficiency: iron deficiency, anemia, weakness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, impaired immunity, and hair loss. Food source: meat, poultry, fish, beans, lentils, fortified cereals, and dark green leafy vegetables. Manganese. Functions: necessary for brain function, production of enzymes and antioxidants, wound healing, bone development, and metabolism of carbohydrates, amino acids, and cholesterol. Signs of deficiency: weakness, impaired growth, low fertility, impaired glucose tolerance, and changes in carbohydrate and lipid metabolism. Food source: whole grains, nuts, leafy vegetables, and teas. Selenium. Functions: protects cells from damage, important for reproduction, thyroid hormone metabolism, DNA synthesis, and protection from oxidative damage and infection. Signs of deficiency: muscle weakness, fatigue, and mental fog. Food source: Brazil nuts, seafood, organ meats, and cereals. Silicon. Functions: strengthens the connective tissues, bones, and helps skin, hair, and nails grow. Signs of deficiency: poor skin health, hair loss, weak nails, and osteoporosis. Food source: unrefined grains, root vegetables, and beer. Sulfur. Functions: protects body's cells from damage, needed for production of important proteins and enzymes. It also helps in the detoxification process. Signs of deficiency: joint pain, muscle soreness, skin disorders, nails and hair problems. Food source: meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and broccoli. Zinc. Functions: crucial for normal growth and development, immune function, wound healing, taste and smell, DNA synthesis, cell division, and protein production. Signs of deficiency: slow growth, low insulin levels, loss of appetite, irritability, impaired immune function, hair loss, eye and skin lesions, and delayed wound healing. Food source: meat, shellfish, legumes, seeds, and dairy. This concludes our video on vitamins and minerals. Remember to consult with a healthcare provider before starting a new supplement regimen, and always strive for a balanced diet. It should provide all of the vitamins and minerals you need for optimal health.